Hello and welcome to my February Plan With Me bullet journal video. I was going to start off with a flip through of January, but I just wanted to show that there are a couple places that I didn't thoroughly plan at the beginning of the year. So I actually had to go back and add this monthly page list and when did I last spread. So, January. We've got my weekly events and to-do spreads, which worked out really well this month. My goals have been broken down for the month and I've got my information on my brain dump, habits and mood tracker. Activity tracker is very pretty this month. Haven't done a lot of work on the gratitude tracker, unfortunately. And then my journaling spread. So this is what it looks like all filled out. And then again, I had to add a birthday spread that I didn't put in my original start of the journal. I've had to put in extra events and to do because there was just a few too many months. And I also had my planning for February. So here we go. This is my cover page. I made that by tracing a hand shadow puppet diagram and then painting in the rest with watercolors. So I promise you my nails are not that dirty. It is watercolor paint. I'm setting up my monthly spread again, and because February is only 4 weeks long, I'm not going to need that extra page at the end of the month. That washi tape is already in there because I hand bound this book myself. So there are some spaces where the binding's not as tight as it should have been, or the string comes through. And I just thought I'd cover that up and make it look a little prettier. So I've got my colors on the right. Again, I used that planning spread and a couple of pre-printed photos to pick my colors with my swatches. They are the Milan Conic markers again. I've got a nice peach and then a more bright pink peach, a brown, and then 2 greens as well. These boxes are 11 across, I think, or whatever constitutes around half the page with a space on each side. And then 5 down for the weekdays, 4 down for the weekend days. I didn't want to do any kind of Valentine's Day theme because it's just not that important to me, and So my theme was, it's called on my Pinterest page Classic Hands. So you know on Pinterest and you like one photo and then it gives you 10,000 photos that are similar to that photo? Basically I ended up with a bunch of zoomed in classical paintings that only featured the hands. I thought about putting one on that previous page, but it just didn't look right. So I've moved on to my goals page where I'm doing these kind of coffee stain rings. So I've got my 6 goals for the year, and again, they're going to be broken down, but one of them requires no work whatsoever. So it doesn't get broken down on the monthly goals page. I've also got these cute floral stickers. I have them in a bunch of colors that you'll see throughout the video. They're all from AliExpress. So I've got white, purple, green, and yellow, I think. I've also made these little watercolor, I don't know what to call them, to put on the bottom of the page to make the color scheme all together. I've popped one on the bottom of the brain dump page so I don't have to do very much decorating. And you can see my kind of font, I guess, is on the downstrokes of the words I'm using the wide side of the marker, and any sideways or upstrokes I'm using the thin part of the marker. My habits are again popped in these little coffee stains to match my mood tracker, which is going to be a circle. I've used a spare piece of bullet journal paper to draw these little months, and then I've put them through my sticker maker to make them just stick straight on a lot quicker than you having to watch me write 1 to 28 5 times. I've tried my best to split the circle into 28 pieces. They are by no means even, but that's okay. It's my first time doing like a circular mood spread, and I obviously couldn't find my compass. So that's really as good as it's going to get. I grab another of my little borders, I believe, that I've made with my watercolors, and I've put the title down the bottom just to mix it up a bit. Again, the sticky tape is here because the binding wasn't quite tight enough and there is a gap between the pages. And then I've started on my activity log. You can see that I keep flipping back to my January activity log to see what I tracked and how many colors I would need. So because I only have 5 different colors this month in terms of theme colors, you can see that I just kind of draw a box with my black pen and fill that in as another thing to track. So this month is sleep, work, making, media, household. Oh my god, I've put media twice. I just realized that. You can see the video changed because my dear husband called me in the middle of my filming, but the gratitude is set up the same as last month's with the picture. Now we're moving on to my journaling spreads, which is where you're going to get a beautiful view of all these zoomed in classical paintings of hands. I've got these really nice washi tapes. You've already seen a few of them. Those ones are all from Kmart, again in the 10 pack for $5. A real bargain if you're looking for some washi tapes. They've got these 2 very nice metallic ones, the classy marble, and I've been able to use my marble wrapping paper that I got from Spotlight to accentuate things. And I'm just sticking everything in. You can see in my flip through from before in January, I've actually put a little calendar at the bottom of each of these journaling pages. And as I go through, I kind of highlight the spread of how many days I journaled. So if this one lasts me from the 3rd to the 10th, that will all be highlighted. But because I don't journal every day, it's nice to see how long it takes me to fill up 2 pages. These are little watercolor splotches that I made. In future, I would probably photocopy them before cutting them out because the watercolor paper is quite thick and it doesn't glue as nicely as I would like it to. Another thing was that I photocopied the original picture that I drew with the hands and the watercolor, and I was immediately so happy I had done that because the first time I went through I actually spelled February wrong. So I'm really glad I didn't sully the original picture and was able to save that. So it's always a good idea to photocopy your originals, that's all I'm going to say. You can see I've got the little circle of that photo cut out again. I do like doing that. I think it's very cute. See, I'm pushing really hard to get that watercolor paper to stick to the bullet journal because it is so thick. And then you can see that I tried really hard to see if I needed another photo here at the bottom and could not figure myself out. So it ended up just being a sticker and some big empty space. So, I flipped through for the month. And there we go. Please like, subscribe, or leave a comment, and I'll see you next month.